Zodiac, a symbol that now stands for terror in San Francisco. Today there was a possibly significant development in the terrifying case of the man who calls himself Zodiac and has boasted that he is responsible for 5 murders in the last 9 months. In Zodiac's latest letter last week, he threatened to make a busload of school children his next victims. Since then, school buses have been discreetly guarded, and parents' fears have openly risen.
Today in Hauntly, we bring you the story of the most wanted serial killer in the history of the United States. The story of the Zodiac Killer. Though the Zodiac Killer may also be responsible for other crimes, there are the 5 murders and 2 attempted murders officially attributed to him. I like killing people because it's so much fun. In July of 1969, a letter arrived at the San Francisco Examiner newspaper containing those chilling words in a coded message. The sender, the soon-to-be notorious Zodiac, a serial killer who terrorized Northern California in the late 1960s and early 1970s with a combination of grisly murders and bizarre public letters brimming with horrific threats. Demented demands and mysterious ciphers teasing his identity. The first murder on December 20, 1968. Betty Lou Jensen, 16, and David Arthur Faraday, 17, were parked at a secluded spot on Lake Herman Road on the eastern side of Vallejo, California. The second murder on July 4, 1969. Darlene Elizabeth Ferrin, 22, and Michael Reno Madge, 19, were parked at the Blue Rock Springs Golf Course in Benicia around midnight, 4 miles from where Jensen and Faraday were shot. Madge survived and gave authorities a description of the shooter. A short, heavy-set white man, about 5 feet 8 inches tall and around 195 pounds. At 12:40 a.m., an anonymous mail caller contacted the Vallejo Police Department, reporting Jensen's and Faraday's murders and claiming responsibility. On Friday, August 1st, the first known Zodiac letters were received by 3 newspapers: the San Francisco Examiner, San Francisco Chronicle, and Vallejo Times-Herald. Each received almost identical letters written by a person taking credit for the attacks on the 4 teens. He gave details about the murders and included 1/3 of a mysterious cipher in each letter. The letter began with the words that have since haunted many involved in the case. The third murder on September 27th, college students Cecilia Ann Shepard, 22, and Brian Calvin Hartnell, 20, were picnicking on a peninsula at Lake Berryessa near Napa, California. A man carrying a semi-automatic pistol and wearing a hooded costume approached them. At 7:40 p.m., an anonymous caller contacted the Napa County Police Department and spoke in a low monotone to Officer David Slate. "I want to report a murder." "No, a double murder. They are 2 miles north of Park headquarters." He ended the call. "I'm the one who did it," as in the Vallejo case. The fourth and the final one on October 11th, San Francisco cab driver Paul Stein, 29, picked up a passenger in Union Square and drove to the wealthy area of Cherry Street and Nob Hill. There, the passenger shot Stein in the temple, killing him, then removed his wallet and car keys and carefully tore off a large portion of his shirt. Zodiac killer theories and suspects. First suspect, Arthur Lee Allen. True crime author and former San Francisco Chronicle cartoonist Robert Graysmith wrote 2 separate works on the killer, ultimately identifying a man named Arthur Lee Allen as the most likely suspect. Allen died in 1992, however, and was never conclusively connected to any of the murders. Second suspect, Earl Van Best Jr. In 2014, HarperCollins published The Most Dangerous Animal of All by Gary Stewart, in which he claims that his father, Earl Van Best Jr., who bears a strong resemblance to the man in the police sketch, was the Zodiac killer. Third suspect, Louis Myers. Another man came forward in 2014 to reveal that a friend named Louis Myers had confessed to being the killer before his death in 2002. Certain events in Myers' history matched up with those connected to the Zodiac, but as with Allen and Van Best, there was no conclusive proof. With that, let's draw an end to the story of the Zodiac killer, but our search would continue with our viewers. Write in the comment box what you feel about the Zodiac killer. Next time could be more interesting, so stay tuned for such story.